Welcome in, guys, to Rover Sports. Really happy to have this new background up and running. I really enjoy this background. This is the background for a radio show. You have the Rover here, Rodney Roverfield. Of course, my good buddy right here is on here. So real shout out to the people that helped set this up. And a real thanks again. So tonight we had more basketball, and tonight the Boston Celtics were able to go ahead and defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers once again. Tonight in Game 2, LeBron James is just too tired. LeBron James is not going to stay in Cleveland. He's an older man now. He doesn't have the energy to run and get buckets like he used to, excluding the first quarter when LeBron just let out everything he had. He had nothing left for the third and the fourth quarter, and this guy's 33 years old. He's played a ton of basketball. He's been doing this now for like 20 straight years, and there comes a point when he's going against 20-year-old guys. There's a point when the torch and where things are where he's not going to be the greatest basketball player, unfortunately, of a series, or he cannot take that extra gear and take his team to a title. And that's what I think is going to happen here with LeBron James. And also you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ty Lue's a pretty terrible coach. J.R. Smith, Jordan Clarkson, there's no chemistry between this group. There's no loving here. And you watch this Cleveland team, and you need a guy like Kyrie that can score. You need Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson, some veterans that can get in and get some minutes for you. And this team is young. This team is not really that composed yet, or it doesn't really have a lot of poise and doesn't have a lot of fight. And although they got by the Toronto Raptors, Kevin Love was tremendous in that series. It was more about Toronto's inefficiencies than it is about the Cleveland Cavaliers. And against Indiana, LeBron James also showed that the Cavs were a vulnerable team. And now against a really well-coached Boston team, it really looks like there's a realistic chance that the Boston Celtics are going to be in the NBA Finals. And it's absolutely amazing. You can't doubt LeBron until it's all said and done. But Brad Stevens is a tremendous coach. Terry Rozier has been so special. The will to win, the belief, Al Horford doing all the little things correctly and right. All of that is adding up in spades for this Boston team. And it really looks like now it's going to be Boston and Golden State, and all this experience will really matter to Boston. Getting over the hump, beating the King James, getting over this hurdle will be absolutely huge for Brad Stevens. And then Stevens will get his first look at going up in the finals against Steve Kerr. So overall, Boston, if they're able to close this deal, win the Eastern Conference, then when Kyrie and Gordon Hayward get back, they should get back to the finals. And in the next 3 years, I bet Boston will find a way to hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy. So for Boston, it couldn't be better for the Boston Celtics right now. Great coach. The general manager, Danny Ainge, is really by head and shoulders the best in professional basketball. Flipping Kyrie Irving for getting Kyrie Irving for a banged-up Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas was a nothing player. Then he drafts Jason Tatum, trades with the Sixers for the guy that he always wanted with Jason Tatum, took Jaylen Brown out of Cal when Jaylen Brown was really raw, and really Boston now, and then Terry Rozier picking him at number 16. Everything that the Celtics have done has been absolutely perfect. Getting Al Horford, Marcus Smart, the whole team is tough, has guys that love to compete and win. Chemistry is fantastic. The whole underdog story thing is great. And Boston is kind of doing a little Philadelphia 76ers on us without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. So looking at this series, I'm not ready to pronounce it over, but I'm leaning more towards the Celtics have a really good chance. They're going to need to come out in one of these road games, probably game 4. They're going to need to steal one there, and then they go back to the Garden, and they're going to have to blow out the Cavs and win this in 5. If the Cavs get this thing to 6 games, that should make Boston very nervous, because then LeBron will see the light at the end of the tunnel. When you have the king, you have to size them up and you have to finish them. The Cavs are reeling. They're arguing with each other. This is a team that is arguing with each other, that doesn't like each other. When you see your opponent, you see blood, you need to go to that blood and vampire that crap out. You need to go to that blood and you need to finish the damn job. You need to kick the teeth into your opponent, and let's see if Boston has a knockout punch, because on the road in these playoffs, Boston has been pretty poor. Joe Prunty and the Milwaukee Bucks got them twice pretty convincingly in one really close game. They went to the Sixers, and the Sixers got them convincingly, and then the Sixers were up 5 in the overtime period, and Boston squeaked out a game. Really gritty, great effort on the road. Boston's been terrific at home, but on the road, excluding the one win in Philadelphia where they squeaked it out, they have been pretty poor on the road. So this is still a series. LeBron still has the mental edge over everybody in this conference, and the young guys need to show urgency in Game 3, try to get a sweep or make it to 5 games. That's the way that Boston is going to win this.